Hey everybody, welcome to episode 6 of Sagas of the Icelanders. Good to be back here
Oh yeah.
1 month to the day after our last episode.
Yeah.
Actually, Shannon and I were talking about it. I was like, Shannon, how long has it been? I don't even remember the last time we played. And she was like, yeah, last time we played, I had just dyed my hair. So I think I
Yeah,
did that on like August
there you
7th.
go.
So I looked and it was literally August 14th. So and we are
Damn.
consistent.
Damn.
I like that.
Oh god, I'm stop motion again.
Yeah, Krender's a stop motion robot.
I'm like that
Stop
80s
motion raving.
that 80s music video.
You've lost me.
good.
I'm not
That's
familiar
good.
with that 80s music video.
I think
Yeah, which
there's
one are
a
you
lot
talking
of
about?
80s
Are you
music
talking about-
videos, Crendor.
You talking about Sledgehammer, Crendor? Are you talking about
Sledgehammer.
and it's all like shot by
Oh, no,
shot
it's,
versions of it?
Take on Me.
That's not stop motion.
Take
that
on
is-
Me has stop motion in
No,
it?
that's
That's-
animated.
that's
That's
No, no,
No,
animated.
but it's like
Stop
that same
motion.
thing where it's just like
No,
Take
not at
on
all.
Me
It's
music
like-
Not at all.
you know?
Video. It's
Not
like
at all.
animated, segmented, like.
Oh yeah, it's like half animated, half live action.
Yeah. I'm
Take
gonna stop.
on Me.
Take on me.
Yeah, now I'm
The
looking at it on
high-pitched
my
part.
other-
I'll do it. Don't worry. I'll do it.
Oh no, yeah, we'll all do it.
Oh no, it fixed itself.
Oh crap, that's no fun.
Damn.
Unplug and replug it in, Krendor. In the
Turn it
meantime,
on, turn it off again.
how have y'all been? It's been forever. What have y'all
Oh, it
been up
has
to?
been forever. Wow.
Try to turn this.
Yeah, Jesse, how are you this evening?
I'm good. I'm at home. I'm so thrilled to not be at work right now. It's great. It's so
Awesome.
good. I'm
Why
having
are
a-
you? Why are you not at work? Who told you could take time off, Jesse?
I did because I'm the boss of me.
Whoa.
You're the boss.
It's so great to be the boss of me. So I said, you know what? I'm going home today.
You're
And
like,
so
you know
I
what,
managed to
Cox? You've
finish
been
stuff.
you had a hard day working. You really picked up your game, brought the team out of the slump.
I
And you
did.
know what? I'm gonna send
I
you home
did.
early today.
That's exactly what I told myself. Actually, the
Yeah.
plan was to try and get home in time to pick up 2 packages that just showed up. And one of them, I think, is my BB-8 from Star Wars. And I want to
Ooh.
play with him so badly.
Okay, how do you get one of those? Because someone showed me a video of it today, and it looks amazing, and I want one.
So
I got
Or 10.
y'all have heard that like they're gonna update it as time goes on with new behaviors. It's like DLC for your robot.
Yo.
That's awesome. I don't know why. That makes me super interested in it. Nothing
I-
else. Like, okay, like I looked at it honestly. I looked at the BB-8 and I watched like the Polygon video of it or something like that, and I was like, "That's a toy. I would play with it for like an hour, and then I would never play with it again." But
Here's the
hearing
best
that it
part.
has updates,
Oh, the best part is it comes with a little stand that you can then put it on your desk, right? Well, there's 2 versions. First off, there's like the kid version, which is
Yeah.
pretty much don't get that one. That one's like $50.
Obviously.
Get the one that costs
Yeah.
you far too much money for what it actually is.
it's like 150,
Why not?
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's one of those Spheros, but it's designed to look like BB-8. But the best part is even if you're not using it, if you put it on your desk, if it's still powering, it will like be like whoop whoop, like look at you and make noises. Oh, I love it so much. So I just want it in my life.
Aww. Is it
So-
like AI? Can it like fetch me tea and stuff?
No, it can run around. Like you can yell at it. You can tell it to like go away, and it'll be like roll away. It's great.
Really?
Like, is it
it's
remote
programmed
controlled?
to, like,
Yeah, it's controlled by an app.
It has an app on your phone that controls it, but there
Sure.
are things that you can like do to it that'll be like it'll just like be tired of your shit and
It'll
run
react.
off and stuff. Oh, it's so cool. I want
That
it.
is cool.
So apparently it's here, and I ordered it from the Disney store, Disney, and
Loved it.
they gave me a free Star Wars shirt with it, and so I'm like, yeah, free shirt.
What's
I feel
the
like
shirt? What's the
Oh, the
design
sh-
on the shirt?
Oh, the shirt's literally just says Star Wars: The Force Awakens, but then in the S, like in the Star Wars, is like scenes from the movie. It's not worth any like
Oh,
amount
okay.
of
It's
trouble.
just a shirt.
It's just a free shirt. It means I don't have to go out and buy a shirt that I can now wear that to the premiere, and I feel
Nice.
okay.
You're super
Yeah.
cool. You could put the BB-8 on your shoulder.
Oh my god, I'm gonna bring him. I'm gonna bring him
Yeah.
and have him fight other. I'm gonna paint
Oh,
my.
wait. Hold
Mad
on.
Max
Are
and have
you
him
gonna
fight
get
the-
like? Are you gonna get like a purse? You know, like
A
a
BB
man
purse?
bag to put the BB-8 in.
Immerse.
Here's the
So
thing.
it's kind
I
of
have,
like
like
your,
those dog
your
bags.
little toy dog thing. Are you
I-
gonna be one of those people?
Yes. Yes is the answer. Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna
A
be like a
pocket
Star
poodle.
Wars like trophy wife.
I'm gonna be the Paris Hilton of Star Wars. Is what I'm gonna be.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing.
Kind of
Yeah.
adorable.
Jesse, I look forward to your awkward sex tape.
Thank you. Oh, it won't be awkward. If we're lucky tonight, we'll make one right here. So
It'll be awkward for me.
Oh my god.
The goal is to
No,
see
I-
how bad we can make Shannon.
I feel like that's the future of robotics. It's like little personality-laden toy type things, like
Sex toys.
well, like Siri and
what he's
Cortana,
trying
right?
to
Like
get to.
they
That's what he's saying.
sex toys. They get more interesting because of the ways that they're sort of like sassy or they have personality that's injected into them. And what you're talking about with BB-8, how like you can say something to it and it'll be like whoop 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 whoop, and then like zoom away from you, or like how it's looking at you at its desk. Like these little tiny like personality elements, I think is what Shannon is really thinking very seriously
as long
about.
as long as they're fake,
Not.
as long as they're fake personality elements and not
Yeah.
real, in which case the AI will take over, and I welcome our new robot overlords. So
Well, but
Don't
like
mur-
at
don't
what
murder
point?
me.
At what point does faking an emotional response and actually having an emotional response, like, where does
I
it cross
fake
from one to the
emotional
other?
Yeah, I've been
responses all
faking
the
emotional
time.
responses for years. Like,
Exactly.
Crendor and I don't even have emotions. We are
Yeah.
strictly all for show.
Just 100% robot. They are already here among us.
The minute this
Yeah.
video will end today, I will just shut down
shuts
and like
down,
sit in
power
front of a
down.
TV and be like,
I'm pretty sure, I'm honestly pretty sure Crendor has a button like at the back of his neck where even if he's unconscious, even if he's asleep, you press it and he just goes into self-promotion mode.
I think
Here's
I
the
have
thing.
that
That's
too,
a
it
thing.
actually.
does.
And sometimes he
It's on,
accidentally
like, a
bumps it
recorded
in the
loop.
middle of the
You
show.
know those like really creepy dolls from the 80s? Like what were they called? Like Cricket and the like Fox, Teddy Ruxpin.
Teddy
something.
Ruxpin.
Teddy Ruxpin.
Teddy
Yeah.
Ruxpin.
It's like a Teddy Ruxpin, okay? You press a button at his back, and he just starts like his eyes just kind of
Hold
like
on,
shift
hold on.
side to side.
Are
and
you
his
saying
mouth,
you want
like,
me to hit
move.
the button?
Let's go
No.
on an adventure.
Don't do it. Don't do it,
Don't
Crendor.
do it! Don't do
Put
it!
that
don't
hand
do
down.
it, no.
It's not time. You'll get your chance.
I always thought that
God.
Crendor was more like a kid brother or the kid sister thing. Like my buddy, my
Yeah.
buddy, my buddy
Oh,
and kid
right,
sister.
my buddy.
My buddy
I
and
remember
kid
my
sister.
buddy. Oh my
That's-
Was
god.
it my buddy or Lil Buddy? Was Lil
was my
Buddy
buddy.
like...
It was my buddy, and then because it had to fit with the song, so it was my buddy, my buddy.
Yeah.
And then the one was like
Wherever
kid,
I
sister.
go, he
Yeah,
goes.
he's gonna go. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
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 I had a Teddy Ruxpin when I was a kid, and my like once I grew out of being like 2 years old, oh god, it's so painful. My mom took like the tape out of the back of it and put Halloween sounds tape in it, and then she wrapped it in
Oh,
toilet paper and put it
no.
on the front porch as like a mummy.
Oh,
So it would
gosh.
it would be playing the Halloween sounds tape and then like moving its mouth and eyes like just at random.
That's awesome. Your mom's
And
great.
And
That's
I was
pretty awesome.
like, no, Mom, Halloween is supposed to be scary, not with a little mummy teddy bear sitting on the porch.
That's cute, scary though. That's like, cute, scary.
Jesse,
Shannon, you don't have the air
There's
horn
not-
app?
I don't. No.
Shannon, can you make the air
I
horn
don't
with
get
your mouth? Yeah, easy.
I need that.
Real easy.
I need that.
You don't even
Oh
need
my
one.
God.
You just make it with your mouth.
Yeah.
That's
From now
He's
on,
got-
when you go to Twitch events, can you please just shout randomly? Meh, 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 meh.
I can.
Yeah.
I can. I'll do it on the next Twitch panel that I host.
Great. Just don't talk. Don't even open your mouth. Just do
You
that.
Let's
Okay.
pretend this is a Twitch panel. Okay.
All right, yeah. So you're introducing
I
all-
am a new and upcoming Twitch streamer, and I'd like to know how I can obtain followers and get a subscriber button. And how do I do
Oh.
that?
I got you. So the trick is you go. "Do-do-do-do-do-do-do."
Oh, like this?
that was actually really good.
Nice. That was pretty
Yeah.
good. That was good.
I can
Yeah.
do that.
Wow, it's like twitch.tv/Crendor is alerting all the people right now. Twitch.tv/Crendor.
The best part is you're promoting something no one is on right now. There's nothing there. If they went there, they would find nothing.
They'd find a follow button that they could click.
You can click a button.
Oh. It's
And when something
So-
happens, you'll be alerted.
Interactions can be had.
Mhm.
It's like a, it's like a clicker game. It's the Twitch follower clicker game.
Yeah.
I
Maggie,
actually burst everyone's eardrums with
What's
that.
up?
I'm sure I did.
how have you been? You look impressively sane this evening compared with everybody else on the call.
So sane, right?
Yeah.
Life's been crazy. Got laid off for the first time in my life. That was an experience.
Oh, welcome to the
Well,
club.
now you're an adult. Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, now you're a
Welcome,
grown up.
Maggie.
Oh
One
my
of us. One of us.
Did you get laid off before, Jesse?
Oh man, from teaching, like in 2010.
Oh, really?
That was I
Yep.
used to be an
That's
educator.
crazy.
They
Yeah.
launched him
All
into fame.
teachers get
So now I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing with my life and stuff. Job hunting.
I got laid
that
off
stuff.
once. It was more like I got fired for not showing up. It was my Dick's Sporting Goods job. 2 weeks. And then I just didn't show up after 2 weeks, and then they fired me or laid me off. I don't know
How
Well, I
could
did not
you
get
get
fired,
fired from
Crendor.
Dick's Sporting Goods? You could just be like, "Oh, I see he's going for the jersey over there. It's a good choice. He's got one of the Nerf footballs in his hands. It's a strong option, but I don't know if he wants to go
Steven,
Nerf.
when
or
was the
wants
last
to
time
go-
you went to a Dick's Sporting Goods?
I see he's looking at the rifles for outdoor hunting. That's a strong option there. I think he might need to look over in the fishing section to cover the others of his needs.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesse apparently goes to Dick's Sporting Goods places a
Yes,
lot.
he's
I
a regular
Never
customer.
actually heard.
He has their loyalty card.
I haven't actually heard of
I
a Dick's
do.
Sporting Goods.
good.
Good, great. Great.
Excellent.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God. You know what?
Just,
We have to understand that like that is going to happen during a really tense moment of tonight's show.
oh yeah.
Like,
Oh,
There's going to be
Crendor,
some drama going down. People are going to be
Yeah.
like getting emotional or some shit, and Crendor's just going to come in with a do 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 do. Yeah.
that's what I'm all
Or-
about. I'm all
Or
about
he's gonna interrupt
taking.
Jesse's sex scene, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
add to it. He's going to add to it.
Add to it.
Oh, okay, that's gonna be the music that's
That's the
going
climax
off.
right there.
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay.
Wow.
hmm
She quivered and trembled, and suddenly an eruption of jump. Perfect. Perfect.
It reminds me of one of the
Show's over.
Yeah.
one of the most classic ancient Norse songs.
Mhm.
One of their skald songs. I think it was called Snowstorm or something like that.
Oh,
Like-
nice,
Do
Steven.
do do do.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
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 Good.
Do-do-do-do-do.
You got it.
Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do.
Oh my
He's
god.
Like, I'm glad this is the final episode.
Yep.
JP's just sitting in the back.
How
Well,
much more can we troll him? Like
I'm glad I'm not where Steven is right now.
Not even trolling him. I'm just being
Yeah,
myself.
Steven, you got work to do, man. You're slacking. You need to be guiding us. You're letting us run rampant right now. You're a
It's
leader.
it's way more entertaining that way.
This
Really?
is
If I
like,
try to guide you guys just shut me down. You're just like, I'm like, so what did you eat today, Jesse? And you're like, nothing. Crickets.
I would let you know that I had a delicious Subway sandwich, and by delicious I mean $5 worth of adequacy. It was a-okay.
Was it a $5 like foot long TM? That's actually only 10
It
inches.
was a $5 foot long TM. It was It was
Nice.
turkey on wheat. Very creative. I'm a very
Now,
creative.
why did you choose the wheat bread over the other types of options such as honey oat or Italian herbs and cheese?
Italian herbs and
Because
cheese is the only
Italian
way to go.
herbs and cheese.
because I didn't get an Italian sub, I get the bread relation to what the meat is on the sub. Well, I'm very peculiar that way. If I would have gotten something with an Italian meat and or a hot sub, I would have gone with something like that, or the jalapeno herb and cheese bread. But
Yeah,
I went with
jalapeno
the
herb
wheat.
and cheese.
There's a jalapeno bread now.
Oh, you sweet, sweet innocent fools! Yes, there's a jalapeno bread. No,
I'm astounded.
I miss the UK. The Subway in the UK had so many better options. They had a chicken masala sub. It
But
was
they have
so
ketchup.
good. It was
That's
so
not good.
good.
That's
It
not
was
good.
good.
Yeah, but they put ketchup on their subs, like you said. It's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. That's weird. And they also have
They
corn.
put ketchup on their subs?
They put corn on their subs too. It's creepy.
What?
You
That's weird.
know, Norway puts corn on their pizza.
Yeah, but who
Interesting.
cares about Norway?
Yeah, Norway does weird shit
A
all
lot
the
of
time.
countries
Yeah,
put
Norway's
corn
weird.
on their pizza. Like
It's
the
bizarre.
UK does it. Canada
Corn
uses
is
it.
just
Strange.
pockets of water anyway.
Yeah, Norway's not even a real country anymore.
Yeah.
It's just sinking into the ocean. Eventually they'll be gone. So what do we care?
I think you're
Yeah.
talking
Oh,
about
gosh.
California.
All the
Jesse.
the Norwegian fans right now are like,
Yeah, which
Yeah,
is like
we have
literally
more
the
to
entire
digest
audience.
now.
Just-
No.
California
got-
is actually afloat because of the fake plastic that just kind of levitates it a bit.
That gets into the sewer and keeps us afloat.
Yeah.
Crendor, that's where you push the thing. You
It's not a.
burn.
That's not a moat. No,
There, I did it.
that wasn't a burn. That was the truth.
Yeah, it wasn't.
works.
It wasn't
Yeah.
mean. It was fact.
Yeah.
Well, don't deny it. Just fucking push it.
Wow.
Don't tell me how to live.
Wow.
my life.
Ren.
Wow, Shannon.
Get your
wow.
own
Shannon's
button.
getting
Wow.
sassy.
Wow. Get your own
Starting,
button.
starting this session off with some tension.
Wow.
Ooh, feisty.
Button.
We really need.
Feisty.
We really need some kind of role-playing game for the pre-show. I feel like Adam and I should put our heads together and be like, what could we do to like have the pre-show turn into a game where people are rolling dice? That would be awesome.
Yes, that's a good strategy. You should work
real
on
life role play.
Yeah, real life roleplay. RLRP.
Yeah.
So, all that in mind, let's play some game.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
There
All
you
right,
So
so do any of you remember what happened last time on Sagas of the Icelanders? Oh my god.
go. That's your job. You got to remind us.
Oh,
God,
pray
yeah,
tell,
apparently
Stephen.
it is. So let's see if there's a way I can summarize this. I don't think there is. So like we started off in Liot's longhouse, right? After y'all had gone off to his place to have like a midwinter's feast. And Ingebjorg and Erland woke up early, and I think it was Erland went to Ingebjorg and asked her for some tea. Aslag, the priestess with Liot, came out, and she started speaking with y'all about the Norse gods and the White Christ, which was sort of the first time any of y'all had ever really heard about Jesus. Since Erland had insulted Liot, he requested hospitality from Ingebjorg, which she gladly granted. Meanwhile, Liot met with Aemon to hear the tale of how Aemon was fighting at the battle where Rovik was slain. And also to inquire after Aemon's exploits as a raider. So Aemon told a great and stirring tale, and Liot gifted him a battle axe, which was fit for such a warrior. Hilda got hit on by a guy named Otar, who tried to like bring her lots of mead, and set himself up as a traitor between the houses of Liot and Gariholm. She rejected him pretty coldly, even though he's a total hottie.
Nope.
Did I mention?
He's weak and pathetic.
Did I mention he has tight buns?
You did not mention that, actually.
We should talk about that
We should talk about
a
that.
little later.
Yeah.
A little later.
Is thrusting glutes?
Yeah, exactly. Thrusting glutes.
Just
They
some nice
they
glute
were
thrusting.
definitely thrusting.
I am gonna make this dirty as shit. You look, Steven, if you want to go there, we taking it. We taking it to Bone Town. Get on the train. Get on the train to Bone Town.
Toot toot.
Get
Bone
on the train
Town.
to Bone Town.
It's Pound
Right to
Town.
Bone Town.
No,
Punch a
no.
ticket to Pound Town.
No,
No, Bone
Can
Town.
you not go to Bone Town, please? Like,
it's the Bone Zone, you
Why not?
guys. Come on. Haven't all
Bone
of you
Zone?
watched Until Dawn?
Oh, the
No.
Bone
Because
Zone.
they're calling it. They're calling
Is
it
the
the Bone Zone
Zone
now.
in Pound Town?
I think the Bone Zone is on the way to Pound Town.
Do you have to take the Hershey Highway to get there, or is there
You have to
another
go-
path?
You have to go through the Bone Zone to get to Pound Town.
Gotcha.
I like
Yep.
that you still have the paper, Shannon.
yeah, I never.
Shannon's been getting a lot of play out of that.
Yeah, I really think that it's actually still providing use, so why throw it away?
Yeah.
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 Shannon.
God, as well as the chat introduction role playing game, I feel like there should be some sort of like erotica role playing game where you're all writing it together.
Oh my God, I would be on
That's
that.
literally
so
just
quickly.
fan fiction. Like,
Yes.
Steven,
No, because there's
Steven?
rules.
That's
What's up?
made RPG.
It's
Oh,
definitely
no.
can
No.
be made RPG.
oh my god.
No, but like we have to roll, and it determines the
Right.
order of who goes first, and the objective is to make it so a person has to like quit, like they can't
Yeah.
come up with
Yeah.
something to continue the story because it's so messed up and weird that they
Oh,
can't,
man.
they don't know how to continue it in their head.
That's not fair,
But
Jesse. You
Jesse,
get an
we'll just
immediate
keep
advantage.
going forever. Yeah.
Nope,
No, somebody
Nope,
would
I'd end
know
it real
somebody
quick.
be gone.
I end it real quick.
So what was happening last time after Otar was trying to take you through the Bone Zone to Pound Town. Gunhild charged Aemon to look out after Erland because y'all were heading back to Gariholm. And you were traveling through the forest and you heard a strange music that everybody thought was demons, but it was just monks eating soup. And Hilda made fun of Ingebjorg for being afraid of soup demons. But Ingebjorg was having a vision of Jesus crucified on the cross in the middle of this group of
Being attacked by soup demons.
Christian monks. Their names are brothers Geoffrey, Thompson, and Wallace. Very strange foreign names. Brother Geoffrey was telling tales of Jesus to the group who was gathered. Hilda was especially interested since Jesus turned water into wine, and the Christian faith embraces drinking. Brother Geoffrey offered a New Testament translation to Hilda, so she's got that now. Geoffrey asked for hospitality from Gunhild, who is a little bit concerned about these strange newcomers, but since they would just die out in the snow and she can use them as labor on the farm, then she granted it and pretty quickly made it clear that she was taking them as slaves. Aemon, you inquired after their trip to Iceland, and Geoffrey told you a pretty good description of how they made it to Iceland, so you feel like you could sort of backtrack that in order to find out how to land on the coast of England and raid the surrounding area. Once y'all got back to Gariholm, Erland followed Ingebjorg to her hut since Ingebjorg offered hospitality to Erland. And Ingebjorg performed a divination for Erland, and you saw a strange vision of all of Gariholm kneeled down around Erland. And you didn't know exactly what that meant, but when Hilda came to you for a vision as well, you saw a vision of the three monks who had erected a cross, and you saw that they had crucified you, but you said that it was... What was it? It was that you said that you saw that they had crucified Erland, and maybe that's why everybody's kneeling down around him, because there's some sort of religious connection. So the reason that Hilda was going to Ingebjorg is because she was drinking herself into a stupor, and Gunhild came to you, Hilda, and was like, "Look, sister, you really got to stop drinking yourself into a stupor. Why are you so upset?" And you said, "Well, I will never know what happened to my lover Grim." And Gunhild was like, "Stupid woman, go to the Seathkona and get her to read your fates and tell you what happened to Grim." And that's how you saw that vision. Let's see. Erland went to the Longhouse to speak with Gunhild. Gunhild granted Erland Coral's old hut. So Coral, who was slain in the battle of Erland's Rovik's fall. So there's a couple of empty huts on Gariholm now. So Erland is now living in one of them. Aemon returned to his home to reunite with his very pregnant bride, Ingrid, and as you gave Ingrid a description of Erland, she became very concerned and was wondering sort of aloud whether or not Erland might be one of the gods wandering the lands and sort of, putting tests to the people that he comes across. But since the description of Erland doesn't match, Loki or Thor or Odin, she sort of dismissed that idea. Y'all had a delicious dinner with each other. It looks like Ingrid made some comparison between Odin and Jesus, seeing comparisons between the Norse faith and this false faith that these Christian monks were bringing. In the meantime, as things were settling down for the winter's night, Ingebjorg read her son's futures, Olaf, a very religious young man. And she saw a vision of him having a wrestling match with Erland and pinning Erland's arms behind his back. And Olaf sort of remarked, "Well, we don't know much about this stranger. If he, like these monks, is a Christian man, then a physical contest is probably inevitable." And that is where we drew down the curtain on the last session of Sagas of the Icelanders.
shit, dude.
Does that sound accurate to everybody? Is there anything that you think?
Yeah.
we're
Oh,
missing?
totally, completely accurate.
Yeah. You guys don't remember any of this shit, do you? God.
The thing you need to remember is that my beloved character has become an official super drunk
Yes.
and now loves the monks to death because of the god of wine, Jesus.
Hilda
So,
is
God
a
of
super
wine.
drunk,
just so you're aware, I have
super
converted.
drunk lover of monks,
Yeah, I've converted to follow
stuck in
the
a funk.
god of wine, Jesus, and I follow him around.
Jesus loves wine. The
Stuck in a funk will be in her bunk.
Yep, stuck in a funk in her bunk.
Wine tastes really good. It does.
Good. There's a saga written about Hilda being a drunk, loving a monk, stuck in a bunk.
Yep.
Not surprised.
So, Eamon, your son or daughter, your child, is going to be born in the spring.
Ooh.
Isn't he, she, or them?
Yes.
So, like, what are the preparations like for you for that event? Has it been a smooth pregnancy for Ingrid?
To some extent, other than when we run out of certain supplies and we have to go gather things.
Yeah.
I have to leave her for prolonged periods of time, and then I come back, and she gets sassy sometimes.
Yeah. So it's mostly like the leaving that you have to do in your role as the huskarl for Gari Holm. That is the hardest thing for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to
okay.
be there for her.
Yeah, totally. Like, what's the last sort of time that you had to make a trip like that? I assume that we've jumped forwards a couple of weeks, maybe even a month or two, since the midwinter feast.
Okay, maybe you could say like a few days ago.
Okay. What were you searching for? I mean, was it just like, wood and resources for your house, or trying to go hunting in the winter woods, or I mean, did you take a trip off to Liot's and try to trade for something? Yeah.
Food. Let's say it's food.
Okay. Yeah. So
Kitty's like, I'm hungry too.
yeah, she's scratching the chair. Stop that. You don't ever scratch the chair. So on this hunting trip, do you bring anybody with you? Oh, actually, really quick, let's go over your bonds. So you have 4 relationships. You have one with Hilda, right?
I fight alongside.
You fought alongside Hilda. You have one with Gunhild, who provides a roof over your head. You have one with Ref. You want to fight alongside him. And then you have one with Ingrid, which is that you covet the affection of Ingrid. Yeah. Hilda, yours are you share blood with Gunhild, you saved the life of Eamon, you are in love with Thora? Is that true?
It's because I'm her mentor. It's a familial love.
Okay, yes. You family love Thora.
Yes.
And Ref needs your help.
Yep.
And Erland, you have 2 bonds since you're the Wanderer. You have a bond, or a relationship, with Liot, and a relationship with Ingeborg, right?
Right.
Yeah. So go ahead and, if I've told you about a relationship you have, mark a bond with that person. And Ingeborg, you have you've seen Eamon's future.
Yes.
Hilda has wronged you. You have a soft spot for Olaf, and you checked that last time because you used your vulva with him, and you share a secret with Hilga. Okay, excellent, good. So when you go off, Eamon, into the woods for hunting, do you bring anybody with you?
I would assume I would bring someone with me. I guess Vlad is kind of my only shipmate. I'm probably looking for some more shipmates, so maybe I bring the 2 other people I'm recruiting with me.
who are those two other people again? Let me look at this map here of the relationships. So you have Vlad with you.
Yeah. I don't know. Who else would I pick?
Are we able to show the map at all, and how many like people have been crossed off of it? Have died?
I wonder if maybe
Many
I can
people
do
have
something
died.
Is that
interesting here.
possible? Because there'd be
It's
a lot
kind
of
of
dead
ridiculous.
people. So yeah.
Let me add a new page and see if I can paste this in there. I wonder. Nope. Okay.
Oh, I forgot about our happy turtle on Roll20. Oh,
Yeah.
happy turtle.
The Iceland happy turtle.
Still there.
He just murdered all those people on the mountain.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, I don't have it prepared to set up as an image, unfortunately, or else I would paste it into the background, which is what I should have been doing all this time. So let me see. You had
Elite drawing skills.
you had
I just had
Vlad,
Vlad.
Scum. You had
Scum and
there was
the other
there was
guy are
Vlad,
dead.
Cole, and Kettle.
Coral.
Yeah,
Coral
and then there
was
was
There's somebody
Coral
named
and
Coral.
Scum died.
Coral will live on forever. Scum
Yeah,
not so
Coral is
much.
dead. Scum, Coral, Grim. It was either Vermund or Vibjorn.
Bjorn died.
Vibjorn is dead. Yeah, Vermund ran away.
Vermund, yeah.
Ari is dead.
Yeah.
Ari is dead. Yep.
Yeah. So let's
Vermund is
talk
dead.
through who all these people were. Ari was a trapper who lived
Yeah.
on Gariholm.
One of
And-
Ravik's slaves.
Yeah, and he was one of the slaves, and Ravik cut him down for giving some back talk.
Wow.
Yeah, because slaves aren't supposed to do that.
Wow.
So, totally.
Only in death is he free. Wow.
Whoa.
Wow. No wonder Rovik died. That was karma.
Grim died. Grim died pretty early on when you guys found some bandits / family relations in the foothills, and they apparently killed him overnight. Scum was very torn up about that.
I think Grim died in the first episode, didn't he?
It was
No.
like the second. It was the
Yeah.
second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was murdered.
Yeah. By those family relations.
Still don't believe it.
And then there was a huge fight where Rovik fought Scum. Scum dealt a killing blow to Rovik, and then it was Hilda and Aemon jumped in and fought off Scum and Vebjorn. They both died. So did Coral. Coral died at that point in time. So yeah, you've got Vlad and Cole and Kettle, right? Are those the right names?
Look, all we know is that you killed
Yeah.
off all the main characters, then reintroduced like 12 dozen more. So
Only a couple, and now we have Brother Joffrey Thompson and Wallace hanging out.
It's like
Maybe
Game of
I
Thrones.
just take two people with me. Maybe take Vlad and Ref.
Vlad and Ref.
I don't even
Okay.
know who Vlad is.
yeah, I don't remember who Vlad is. Who's Vlad?
Vlad is my shipmate. He's the
Yeah, Vlad's-
argumentative
The
shipmate.
vampire.
He's one of my
Yeah.
3 shipmates.
He's not a vampire. He's a man.
That's all I'm gonna think about now is just this Nordic guy, but he looks suspiciously like Dracula. He's like, no, I'm totally from around here. He has like ape, and everyone's like, that guy's weird.
This country
Oh,
is very nice for how dark it is in the winter time.
Hey, light. Light is evil.
Oh, good. That's funny.
Oh.
I don't know if there's anybody else, I guess, when I'm looking at the list of people that would go.
Yeah, Vlad and Ref are going hunting with you. What's your relationship with Ref like? Because he's been living off in the woods on his own. Is that maybe like your first stop when you go off hunting to stop by his place?
Oh, it was Rolf who has become more of like a child to me, right? He was the one who was at my house all the time. I thought Ref was as well.
Ref was the 17-year-old who ran off into the woods with Thora, who stole the silver from.
Yeah, but you
From
remember last
Hilda.
episode, we kind of became friends. I thought I was looking out for Rovik's kids.
Yeah, well, I mean, as the Huskarl, it's sort of fallen to you. I think it was Rolf who was
Okay.
like making more. You were making more friends with because he still lives on the Gariholm. But yeah, if you want to be going off hunting with Ref, then that's just fine.
Yeah, maybe that's the way that I try to like. I realize that they're having trouble too, and that he needs help, and this is the way that I can try to maybe get him to come back and be part of our crew
Yeah.
instead
Okay.
of being out there alone in the middle of the winter.
So like, I guess you're probably like preparing to head off in order to head to Ref's hut. When Gunhild knocks at your door, and you hear like a pounding on the wood of your door, and you hear her voice from outside saying, Eamon, are you there?
I answered the door. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
You open the door, and there's Gunhild standing there. And she sees you like putting on your, traveling clothes and your heavy coat and things like that, and gathering up your hunting weaponry. She looks at you a little bit surprised and says, Eamon, are you going somewhere?
Um, yes, I am heading out again to gather more food.
Ah, I see. Well, if you have good luck, then I hope you will share with us. Our stores are running low. Um, may I speak with you for a moment inside?
Yes, come in. And I open the door and I let her in.
Yeah, she, she sort of like, rubs her arms to warm herself up a little bit from the frosty Icelandic winter. Finally, she settles down and she looks straight at you and she says, Eamon, have you given much thought to raiding this summer?
Always.
Yes. I can see the fire burns brightly within you, and the fact that we were unable to go raiding last summer was a great blow to you. I think it was a hard blow on someone else as well, Eamon. My sister, she has sunk deep into some funk. She forgets the ways of the gods. She spends far too much time with these newcomers, these slaves, the brothers from the foreign land. Please, she's my sister.
Perhaps I can take her with me on this trip. See if she
You
will
mean-
join.
You mean raiding?
No, to go gathering food.
Oh, yeah. Yes, of course. Yes, no, I think that would be really a good thing for you to do, Eamon. I believe that she really needs someone to step in and save her from herself.
And like out of character, I had told you that I had sent Vlad to kind of watch over her. What did he ever report back to me on things and whatnot?
Did you do that? When did you say that?
I sent you a private message a long time ago. I don't remember how far ago that was.
Yeah.
A month
Vlad.
ago, probably.
Yeah, it was
Probably about a
forever
month ago. Yeah.
So you get
Um,
some intel.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Like I'm
I don't know
comfortable
where
with
that
that.
is.
Jesse,
Mm-hmm.
like what have you been doing? What like let's see a general evening in the last week with Hilda and the monks, Brother Jeffrey, Thompson, and Wallace.
I am drinking
Yes.
and continuing to drink,
Okay.
and I imagine that the monks would believe that they have found one to be converted, and
Yeah.
would consistently try to convince me that Jesus has nothing to do, like the wine thing isn't all he's good at,
Yeah.
but that I don't care, and I love him for his glorious nectar, and think he's probably one of my favorite gods. I love Jesus, and I, when they tell me about him, I think the stories are amazing and hilarious, and I laugh at inappropriate times, and I think it's great. Like I love all of it. I think it's one of the best. Like I'm having a good old time, but I'm also super fucking drunk.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
wasted.
So like we're stepping backwards like 3 or 4 days in time now, and there's a knocking at your door, Hilda.
I don't acknowledge it. I just am probably if this is my quarters, wherever my lodge is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't acknowledge. I just lay in bed with a glass of mead, I assume, next to me, a mug,
Now
and don't open the door.
You sort of heft your glass of mead to like feel the weight of it, and it's unfortunately low.
Mm, I roll slowly out of the bed and just
Yeah.
sort of collapse on the ground, like on the ground, and like
Okay.
scramble up to look at the mug, and then I look into it and just notice there's not much, and
Yeah,
let
there's
out like
like
a
a film of meat in the bottom of it. Looking
Yeah.
around your room, there's like wine skins sort of scattered all over. It's kind of a mess that you haven't cleaned up in forever. Maybe there's like a hole in the ceiling where there's like snow that's drifted in, and it's created a little tiny pile in the middle of your floor. It's pretty cold. Looking around your room, it looks like there are no full wine skins in here.
Oh shit.
Mm, I like let out the largest an audible sigh that is so loud whoever's at the door can hear it,
Yeah.
and
Um,
I just
the
clop
the
my way
voice
to the door.
the voice at the door says, Hilda, Hilda, bang, bang, bang.
I open it quickly and then just in his face let out a burping slash what, but it's like "Brr, what?
Yeah, totally. He sort of coughs. Hilda, how do you fare? It's Vlad. His face is very pale. He's got this dark cloak on, dark
I'll
rings
be
on
honest,
his eyes.
totally out of character, Steven. I don't know shit about this guy, but all right. All right, anyway. So,
Oh, wasn't this the guy who had the hots for you?
was it?
I don't
Steven?
think he did.
No, that was
I don't
another
think
guy.
Vlad had the
That
hot
that was
dogs for her.
Otar. Otar
Yeah, that
last
was-
time had the hots for you.
Right, yeah.
So
Yeah.
Well, maybe Vlad does now after he's creeping on her for months. I don't know.
I grab
Okay.
a sword that is next to the door and hold it,
Mhm.
but I don't like reveal it, and I just give him like a "What do you want?"
He sort
As
of
like low and raspy, like as close to manly as possible, because I'm just like, "What do you want?"
Yeah, he sort of shuffles from side to side, and he says, "Can I speak with you for a moment?"
About
Well, it's about the gods.
oh, I turn around and like just let the sword sort of fall over onto the ground, and then just walk back inside, but don't close the door. It's sort of like a "Come on in if you're gonna come on
Yeah.
in."
He comes in and then he kneels down and picks up the sword and very carefully places it back into like its hanging spot on the wall. Closes the door, turns around and he starts like going through your room and like picking up wineskins and stacking them in his arms. As he starts talking, he says, "Hilda, I have seen you. You've grown quite close with the brothers from the other land, the Angle land far to the west. Have you not?"
They amuse me.
Yes, I see that. Ah. And he sort of like piles them all up onto a chair, and then he sits down on the chair. He looks at you across the dimly lit room. He says, "Hilda, I have been going over the tales of our gods in my mind for weeks now, but they don't speak to me the way that they used to. I've grown disillusioned with our gods who would take away a man so great, so in his prime as Rovik, and leave his great family in the disrepair that you now see it." And he sort of gestures around the room at that. He says, "What solace have you found in the words of this new god? Tell me, I wish to learn."
Hilda turns and walks back to him, and is he where is he at right now? Is he kneeling? Is he
No,
standing?
he's sitting in a chair that's probably off to the side of the
All right.
room.
She kneels down next to him on the chair and puts her hands on his shoulders and gives him like a nice sturdy shake
Mhm.
and looks in his eyes and says, "How have I been coping?" And then she kind of goes up to his ear and whispers, "There are no gods." And just goes back and grabs a drink and finishes the rest of her meat and sits on her bed.
Yeah, you go to grab a drink and it's empty, Hilda.
And I just chuck it at the door And I go,
Yeah.
see?
It shatters against the door. Vlad is very quiet for a moment. He says, "Is that what these newcomers have told you?"
No, they have their gods. We have our gods. But it means nothing. Good people die. Bad people win. We never get the answers we seek. There's never enough prosperity. There are no gods. This is all a joke. A cruel, cruel joke.
Ah. It is a tiresome thing to hear you say this. It weighs heavy on my heart. Perhaps it would comfort me to hear the words of these brothers. Will you join me, Hilda?
I stand up and I grab another flask, like an empty one, and I'm like, you know I will. And I grab him and I get him a flask too and like give him one and
Yeah.
like lead him down to the monks
Yeah.
and just start humming a like wonderful, like happy song
Uh-huh.
and get ready to just drink some more.
Yeah. Okay. So when you get there, what do? How do you usually like enter the home of the monks?
I burst in through I assume they're in a tent, or are they where are they at? Wherever they're in.
They're in someone's house, right? It's not Coral's
It
house.
was an
but-
empty
Yeah,
house.
it was an empty house. That
Weren't they
was a
made
slave house
slaves?
before.
Yeah, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't you
Yeah.
They
make
were
them
made as slaves, so like they took
Yeah.
over one of the slaves' houses that was killed or something.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. Okay,
I think
so
it was Ari's house.
Yeah, you're right.
Little
Ari's
hut.
house.
So I burst through into the door and shout at the top of my lungs, "Brothers, praise be!" and throw the flasks their way. And I'm like,
Yeah.
let us speak more of Jesus, God of wine.
Yeah.
And I just plop down and expect them to deliver me more booze.
Yeah, so like the other two brothers, Brother Thompson and Wallace, are both like sleeping in the corner or like maybe praying to themselves like on their beds or something like that. They're quite thin. They've lost a lot of weight since being here. Their time in Garyholm has been hard, and the winter has been hard on the entire town. But Brother Jeffrey is sitting upright. Looks like he's just sort of meditating or something like that. He opens his eyes as you burst in the door. He says, "Ah, Hilda, it is good to see thy face this great morn. For do you not know what day it is?"
I love how he's all of a sudden Irish.
Sounded like a pirate.
Saints preserve us.
know what day it is,
You know what
matey.
day it is, boyo.
Yeah.
Well, they're from England.
Just throw
It's
a random
more-
shillelagh
No,
in
it
there.
is. It's more of a pirate.
Oh, he's pirate? All right,
Yeah.
it's the same thing, but it's like, oh, boy, oh, what you I am an Irish pirate. Yeah.
Are you
Love
like
it.
are you like adopting their like accent in
Yes.
Old
Yes.
Norse?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
So I'm
gosh.
just so thrilled, and I'm like, oh, I don't know what day it is, right? And I just kind of like lay back and just lay on the ground waiting to hear a story.
Yeah, he says, "Aye, Hilda, today be the day that it is time for ye to take the next step in your faith."
And I like lean up and I'm like, 2 flasks?
He shakes his head kindly. He looks at you. He says, "Hilda, after ye have been immersed in the waters of the Spirit, ye shall have as much wine as ye need."
Getting baptized, man.
And I stand up and just look over at Vlad and I'm like, what did I tell you? This is great.
Vlad sort of like shakes his head. He says, "Immersed in the waters of the Spirit. What? I don't understand what this is. Hilda, what is he talking about? Can you explain to me? I don't understand these strange
Wine
ways."
Wine bath. And I sort of,
Wine
and I like
bath.
look around for wine and I'm like, wine bath.
And Jeffrey sort of holds out his hands. He says, "Well, it be not a literal bath of wine, nay, but there be hot springs to the north where we can immerse ye in the spirit.
And I give him like a little tap on the cheek, and
Yeah.
like no wine comes from hot springs.
He shakes his head and says, "Ah, Hilda, wine is only one of Jesus's many ways of showing that he loves us. This will bring ye closer to him, and wed ye unto his bosom, that ye may be his true bride for all eternity."
I let out a loud cackle,
Yeah.
and grab my flask and begin to like scrummage through their stuff without even like acknowledging them. And I turn back and say, "Does Jesus know what happened to my last 3 husbands?"
Yeah, like everybody sort of goes quiet, and brother Jeffrey sort of like clasps your hands as you're searching through things, and he puts like a hand on your face and he says, Hilda, listen, my child, I know that ye seek the sweet release of the drink, but know this, the Lord our God has seen your actions, and he loves you nonetheless. Thou art precious to him, and Hilda, thou art precious to me.
And I drink whatever little bit is in the flask, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I've seen him too, and he's precious to me. And I drink, and then I like hold it, and it's
Yeah.
like, and so are you. And I give him the flask.
Yeah. He takes it and he sort of shakes his head and sighs and puts it down next to him and says, Child, if you are not ready to embrace our faith, then I don't know how much we can continue these study sessions of ours.
Before he finishes, I like grab him and throw him against the side of the building, and I'm like, "Oh, we're not finished. Where is it?"
He shakes his head to sort of clear it from where you slammed it against the wood. Vlad comes up behind you and puts a hand on your shoulder and says, Hilda, remember, these are Gunhild's slaves. Do not treat them too harshly.
And I just sort of like let him go, and then just give out a ah! And then just leave and walk away.
Yeah. Okay. So, let me think. How do we transition back from that? So yeah, well, I think the last shot is Hilda storms out and slams the door. Jeffrey like sort of shakes himself off, and Vlad sort of like puts a hand on his shoulder and says, "Are you all right, brother?" Jeffrey looks at him
Ooh,
and
I'm all
says,
right, Boyle. Ooh, just a wee bit shaken up I am. Ooh, rattled me nerves, they did.
That's what he says. He says, this woman, she doth have a great fury within her breast. But, my child, why do you not pursue? And Vlad says, I have been wondering if you could instruct me in the ways of your religion. And that's probably where like that scene fades out. Actually, I think it's been about time for our first break.
Good,
So
because
I
I
think
need
that's
a
a
real
good
life
spot.
drink. All that talk about alcohol makes me want to get some.
Yeah, that's a good
Blue
spot for us to
Moon-
take our first break here of
This
the
Blue
evening.
Moon
So
White IPA is very mediocre. Very mediocre. Do not
Yeah.
buy it.
delightfully
Get a
mediocre
regular
beer.
Blue Moon. Regular Blue Moon is great.
IPA's awful. Whatever.
All
Yeah,
right,
IPA
so-
is pretty bad.
5-minute break. We'll come back. We'll talk about all of the liquors that we're drinking, and then we'll see what happens as a result of all this.
Yeah.
So don't go anywhere.
Wireless
more.
headphones.
Sagas of the Icelanders.
I don't have booze.